So how do you invest in a recession? This is critical right now because we're seeing a lot of talks right now in the US about them heading into a recession, and we're seeing the impact that's having in Australia. We've seen one of the biggest wipes in the ASX recently over the last 10 years, and that's pretty massive to see that kind of valuation being wiped off. And the challenge with this is that this is one of those things that gains a bit of momentum. You get some fear in the market, some start to sell off, they start to see their portfolio go down, and it starts to become a bit of a knock-on effect because they're seeing other people doing it. On top of that, we've just had the inflation rates now. We've had those come out recently, and we know that that's persistent, and the RBA have just kept the cash rate where it is right now because of the $100 billion write-off we've just seen recently with these stocks falling. So what do you do? How do you do it? What are some of the things you can do? So over my time, in my last 2 decades of doing this, I've seen this happen a couple of times, and here's what I focus on right now. Number one, I'm not a stocks guy and I'm not a property guy. So I'm going to talk to you about the things to do as an entrepreneur or as a business owner because that's my experience. So what I'm doing right now as an entrepreneur and how I'm investing right now is I'm focusing on things that I know that might be businesses or sectors that might be having a bit of pain right now and that are looking for a bit of a bolster. So what I might do, and I like to acquire businesses or acquire equity in businesses, I might look to be approaching those companies and see if they might be open to some level of investment. Now, this could be a good time to do it because they might more be open to those conversations when they're going through a little bit of pain at the moment and they're looking for someone to stabilize that. So number one, look for acquisition opportunities within sectors that are being affected. Number two, you can also look at, and that could be acquisition, by the way, it could be buying out that company or getting some kind of equity position in the company. And again, this is through private companies. I'm not talking about buying stocks. I'm talking about what I do right now, and that really is focused on businesses and buying into private companies. Now, the second thing that I do is that when a company is going through a challenge, so when it's going through a market challenge, or when people are buying less because of what's happening in the economy, it could be an opportunity to be able to look to partner with those companies, because when a company is going through some cash challenges or not achieving their budgets, they're going to be a little bit more open to have conversations about maybe looking to partner together. So when a company's doing really, really well and it's growing, exponentially every quarter, sometimes you get the, not right now, we're super busy, not right now. But when it's actually in a challenging spot, it's a good time to open up dialogue to see if they might be open to partnerships. So there's lots of things you can do right now when it comes to investing in a recession. And I'm going to give you one more thing you can do. The third thing you got to be focusing on is where can you focus spending your money on to get traction, especially around marketing and team members. Here's why. When recessions start to happen, generally you see a slowdown in marketing spend. And remember, most marketing spend, especially on digital advertising, it's based on whoever's prepared to pay the most for the spot. So when people start to go to, in a recession or fears of a recession, they slow down spending, which means that your money could go further from a lead acquisition perspective. Second thing, when layoffs are happening, you start to see the job market you start to see less job adverts out there. You start to see maybe less growth in salaries, which means going out there and acquiring great talent when there's a recession is another great way. So looking to invest in marketing and team is another really important thing I'd be doing in the recession. So number one, looking for acquisitions within sectors that are challenged, private acquisitions, full company or part of company. Number two, opening up partnership dialogues with people that are a bit challenged at the moment, because it's going to be more open to you sending them business, partnering together. It's always more challenging to chat with somebody when their stock is literally skyrocketing because they're so busy. And that third thing is I invest into more marketing and more talent acquisition, because it is a good time to be able to buy more market share. And it's also a really good time to be investing in getting great people on board when others are looking to shed people in their team. Lots you can do in a recession, but they're my 3 biggest tips on how you invest in a recession.